Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your daily guide for inner child healing. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of the reading followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us today. I'm so glad that you're here as we continue on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Before we dive in, a few quick reminders. Please like, share, and subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Your support here helps us spread the word, allowing us to continue to grow this community. Next, I'd like to introduce our Patreon group, where we have 3 weekly meetings. On Sunday, we have a meditation meeting. On Tuesdays, we have a book club meeting. And on Thursdays, we have open topic discussions. These meetings take place at 6 p.m. Eastern European time, so this is Paris, Amsterdam time. I'm also thrilled to introduce the Reparenting Daily Journal, which you can find on Amazon. This journal follows the exact theme of the podcast, so each week and each monthly theme and sub-theme, it provides you space to keep your notes and plenty of extra resources for each topic we discuss. It's a really great tool, and if you purchase it, you can join our 3 weekly meetings for free. Just send me an email and we'll get you linked into that. Next, I'd like to announce another creative project I've had, which is a 3-volume series entitled Fairy Tales for Reparenting. Now, you might think, yeah, we're a bit old, fairy tales are a bit fluffy, so why fairy tales exactly? In my own personal work and research and reading into the work of Carl Jung and Marie-Louise von Franz, and just a lot of other types of reading and spiritual readings that I've done, has kind of led me to this journal to rediscover the magic of fairy tales. So I've created this 3-volume series that progresses along the hero's journey from beginning to middle to end. All of the fairy tales there correspond to that point of your journey. At the end of each story, you will have journal reflections and also space to keep your notes for things that you've learned. While returning to fairy tales might seem childish, foolish, or immature, there's actually a lot of value buried there, not to mention the ability to connect with your inner child. These books are filled with fairy tales that you might know, and also some from around the world that might be new for you. So you can look forward to something exciting and a new way to connect with your inner child and to work on your inner child healing if you like. All of these books are available on Amazon, so go ahead and take a look to support this project. Your help here really means a lot. Reparenting is a journey of growth, iterative change, and continuous improvement. Much like nurturing the bonsai tree, it requires patience, care, consistency, and attention. Thanks for being here and for supporting this work, and also for committing on your journey of self-expansion. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is again from Healing the Shame That Binds You by John Bradshaw. Today we are reading from beginning of part 2, chapter 1. And today this reading is on validation. Just as a reminder, we're in June and the theme is cultivating self-worth and self-love. Close the door. Kids are screaming, playing around. It's really warm outside today, but we don't need to hear them. This is week 2, and it's June 8th until the 14th. And the theme for this week is releasing external validation. The validation. In order to grieve fully and to be resolved of the grief, several factors must be present. The first factor is validation. Our childhood abandonment trauma must be validated as real, or it cannot be resolved. Perhaps the most damaging consequence of being shame-based is that we don't know how depressed or angry we really are. We don't actually feel our unresolved grief. Our false selves and ego defenses keep us from experiencing it. Paradoxically, these very defenses allowed us to survive our childhood traumas have now become barriers to our growth. Fritz Perls says nothing changes till it becomes what it is. We must uncover our frozen grief. I remember my paternal grandmother ridiculing me because I was in hysterics over my dad going out to get drunk. He had just had a fight with my mom and left the house in anger, vowing to get drunk. I began to cry and was soon out of control. I was ridiculed and shamed by this grandmother. I was told that I was being a sissy in order to get hold of myself. I'd never forgotten this experience. Years later, I still carried the unresolved grief. Thank you, and that's reading for today. Welcome back. Today's reading from Healing the Shame That Binds You strikes at the core of reparenting and emotional truth, the need for validation of our childhood abandonment and grief in order to actually be in healing. Bradshaw is brutally honest. Without having our pain seen and named as real, we stay frozen in emotional exile. This speaks directly to the trap of external validation. When no one ever validates your feelings growing up, your system keeps looking out there for someone to do it now. But until you realize the full depth of your grief, anger, and unmet needs as real and legitimate, healing cannot fully take root. Validation isn't a luxury. It's the emotional permission to feel what your body already knows. This ties directly into reparenting. The part of you that was never allowed to break down, rage, or cry now needs someone to say, "Yes, that happened. You deserve better. I see how much that hurt." In reparenting, you become the one who offers this validation. The child who still thinks they're being too much, too sensitive, or not enough. Bradshaw's story about being ridiculed for crying exposes how shame serves us from grief. Releasing the need for external validation doesn't mean we don't need support. It means we stop outsourcing the authority to define what's real and what's not. You're not crazy. You're grieving. Simply grieving. And grief needs truth, time, and patience. It must be felt. As we go into the journal prompts today, number 1. What grief have I kept frozen because no one ever told me it was valid or real? What do I need to hear in order to let that grief move? Number 2, who told me directly or indirectly that my emotions were too much, dramatic, or wrong? How has that shaped the way I see or reject validation today? And number 3, if I could say one thing to my inner child right now that would make them feel fully seen and believed, what would it be? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment, no matter what time you are listening and practicing this meditation. Namaste.